I've crashed the man cave. I'm here for 4 downs. I had to get one in before the end of the season. Today we're going to be looking ahead to 2017. And of course, it starts with quarterbacks. Chris, we're going to have some guys on the market. We're going to have teams that need to fill the role. Which retread quarterback do you think will have the highest value? That's our first down.
Well, I got to start with Tony Romo down in Dallas. He's got a big cap number in 2017. No way he's going to stay around the Dallas Cowboys as a backup quarterback. So I think he's got to find a place to land, and I think it's an organization like the Denver Broncos, a place that's familiar with having a veteran quarterback groom a younger quarterback. You saw what happened with Peyton Manning and Brock Osweiler during the Super Bowl year. Gary Kubiak has a user-friendly offense, a lot of run game leading with that, being able to supplement that with play-action passes, bootlegs, things that fit Tony Romo's skill set. Just allow him to make the plays that are there in the passing game, not put too much on this quarterback right now, try to protect him, and of course you got a championship defense. So I think that Denver would be a good place for him.
What do we think? That's a 1-year deal, 2-year deal?
Yeah, I mean, well, if Paxton Lynch waiting in the wings, you'd think Romo's probably 1 or 2 years, right?
Yeah, it has to be a 2-year deal just so they can spread the prorated signing bonus out over the course of a couple of seasons. They don't want a huge cap hit on a 1-year deal. So it'll be a couple of years, but it'll be a year-to-year type of situation for Tony Romo.
I'm going to bring up a guy who, I don't know if he has the most value, but I see a perfect fit, and that's Jay Cutler. Assuming he comes back healthy next season, I could see Jay Cutler in New York with the Jets. Repair him with Brandon Marshall. They had a lot of success together. Remember, Marshall, 2012, 2013 with Cutler, had 23 touchdowns those 2 years. So put them together. Clearly, the Jets' quarterback situation is kind of a mess. Bryce Petty doesn't look like he's the guy to step in. There's the reports about the Jets being on the North Carolina quarterback for next year, maybe drafting him. He's going to need some time to develop. So maybe Cutler in the same situation, not the quarterback of the future, guys, but for a year or two in New York, yeah, I could see it.
All right, you bring up the Jets. Fitzpatrick, is it going to be another season in summer of Fitzpatrick when we figure out where he's going to go? Probably not. I think Kirk Cousins is really going to dominate the conversation. I think Washington is going to have to pony up a lot to keep their quarterback, or else he's going to have plenty of suitors in the National Football League. Okay, second, third, and fourth down. We're looking ahead to 2017. And we want to make some changes. So, Chris, going philosophically, like things that you just want to see done differently by the NFL in 2017, what's one of them?
It's got to be the officiating. And I don't know if it's necessarily the NFL adding the 8th official or expanding instant replay to include certain infractions, certain penalties. And I get that there's a pace of play issue at hand. The NFL wants it to still be a quality entertainment product. But I think you've got to protect the integrity of the game and get the calls right on the field. And when they don't get it right, have the authority, have the power to be able to change it, have the communication between the officials and the league office, Dean Blandino and his staff, be more seamless so they can make sure that they can get these calls right, because there's so much riding on it. There are only 16 regular season games, and each game means so much. So they got to get the calls right. And they owe it to the fans, they owe it to the players, the members of the clubs, the coaches. Get the calls right, expand officiating, expand instant replay to include calls by the officials, or add an extra official, or some combination of the two. But that's got to get done.
Ryan, third down, what's the change you would want to make?
Well, besides getting Chris Canty to root for the Atlanta Falcons in 2017, which we know is not going to happen, here's what I want to happen. The NFL needs to get their act together. What I mean, guys, is get their house in order. Make some decisions on Thursday Night Football. Get the schedule sorted out so teams have the appropriate rest where we see some quality football. Get the referees in order, like Chris alluded to. Figure out what's pass interference, what's not. Figure out the London schedule, some kind of rotation so all the complaining can stop. There's a lot of noise from fans, critics of the NFL that have been complaining all year long, and it takes away from what we all really like to watch, and that's football. If we can get back to watching some actual football and less noise, I'll be a happy camper in 17.
We love to complain. All right, my fourth down is I hope in 2017, let's move the extra point back in, put it back at the 2-yard line, not at the 15. The kickers hate it. Fans despise it because it's no longer automatic for their team, and fantasy football owners are pulling their hair out when normally automatic kickers are now missing extra points left and right. I think it's bleeding over into them missing regular field goals. They can't get into a rhythm. I think it's actually been detrimental to the game. And it's not just because I'm a fan of a team that has missed some crucial field goals. I'm saying this for everybody out there. All right, that's our 4 downs. Guys, great job this season. I wanted to come on really to say thank you for a great season before the calendar turns over to 2017. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, man.